Hi.
Hi,
Thank
I
you.
really enjoyed the show. I'm Zeynep from Dadanizm in Istanbul, and I have a few questions, and we don't have a lot of time, so I'm just starting now.
Go for it.
What made you guys drawn to your characters at first glance? This is for both of you, by the way.
I mean, like for me, I was very, very excited about when I read the first episode. I was given the first episode to read, and immediately was drawn into it, and was sort of very, very excited to just want to read the second one, the second episode. So, but yeah, sort of the emotional journey that happens in episode one, for my character anyway, I found really interesting, and also the story itself was really captivating.
Yeah, I agree with that. Episode 1 just really hooked me. I feel like I related a lot to Bloom in my teenage years. I could see a lot of myself in her, and yeah, I thought it would be a really fun role to take on. And yeah, I mean, my heart goes out to Bloom. So, because I related a lot to her in teenage years, the insecurities, the stubbornness, the confusion, romance, all that. I mean, I feel like a lot of people can relate. So that was a big part of it.
Yeah, definitely. I can also relate to Bloom a lot.
Yeah.
So, Abigail, this one's for you. I was wondering, because you were also part of the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and both shows are just darker versions of comic books. And I was wondering, why do you think that is, and how do you think this darkness contributes to the story, and how do you find it yourself personally?
I mean, I really like the saying, the audience grew up and so did we. So I mean, the dark element, it's interesting because that's up to the showrunner and how they want to portray it, and I think I'm all for it. I love it. I think it's a really fun twist on things. And I also, again, it goes back to the saying of like, the audience grew up, and so did the show. So I think when you look at it that way, it just, it opens the door for a lot of fun and possibilities, and new characters and storylines, and I think that that's also something that people can be craving as well. So I love it. I love all of those elements.
Yeah. And Danny, your character is under a lot of pressure all the time to be like father, and this is also something that young people can relate to. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering, what would your advice be for Sky and for those young people?
Sorry, just repeat the question. Sorry.
Just like young people who are under a lot of pressure to be like their parents, or to be fitting to.
All right. Okay. I mean, just be who you are. I mean, like, it's really easier said than done. So much easier said than done. I think what we talked a lot about was sort of in the show is everyone sort of taking that 1 to 6 episodes. There's a huge journey for everyone. Not just the fairies, but also for Sky as well. And I think sort of in that journey, you see them all change somehow, sort of emotionally. And I think teenage years are really hard. They're not easy, not the slightest. In fact, they're probably the hardest years. I think they're the points of discovering who you are. And I think if your parents have influence on that, I think the best thing a parent can do is just support whoever you choose to be, and whatever you want to do, I think is the best thing a parent can do for their son or daughter.
Yeah. And Abigail, I think that the girls group and their friendship also functions as like a superpower for Bloom, like a support group. And I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about their friendship and your friendship in real life, maybe during the shoots. So,
yeah, I mean, I think the easiest way to put it is everything that you see on screen it's really not acting. Like the chemistry that you see and the jokes and the fun times. I think, the easiest way to put it is that it's all real. Like it doesn't stop when they say cut. So I mean, we're all very close. We all hit it off the minute that we literally landed in Ireland and met. It was just literally instant chemistry, instant getting along. And I mean, yeah, our friend group or cast, I would say, has a lot of similarities to the friend group in the show. I mean, that's the honest truth.
Danny, do you have anything to add to that?
I mean, we are. Abby's right. From the moment we got to set and we all got together, we just instantly just hit it off. We were all great friends straight away. I think because everyone's so, such got a wonderful character about them, and everyone is very different. But also, in that way, really fun to be around. And I think that's what was really enjoyable for me. Certainly filming as well, but also, on and off set, is how different everyone is. And when someone's in their character, it's really wonderful to act alongside. Or but then when you're offset, sort of the different side comes out and stuff. And sort of, it's wonderful. Everyone was so easy and lovely to be around all the time. It was effortless.
Thanks, guys. I think we're done. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. And so my first question is for Hannah. So your character is like a mentor to Bloom, but also kind of functions like a frenemy. And she says, the stronger the emotion, stronger the magic. So I was wondering if you agree with that, and how can you apply it to real life?
Oh, well, to start off, I think in terms of her being a mentor and a frenemy, she definitely is pretty bad at being a mentor and is better at being a frenemy. But I think there's so much in, the dynamics of trying to find your footing in a new friendship, and especially when you've got as much going on as Stella does around like trust issues and people in the past not being so kind to her, that it's hard to let Bloom in and try and explore those positive emotions with her. But what's really nice about this is the show, I guess, is that regardless of that, they kind of fall into realizing that the only way to prosper is through positive emotions and friendship and that really healthy bond.
Yeah, definitely. And Elisha, your character is an empath, and it's kind of her biggest strength, but also functions like a curse for her. And
yeah.
I found that very relatable also for teenagers. So I was wondering if you could talk about Musa's struggle a bit.
Yeah, I mean, her struggle is that she's burdened by everyone else's emotions, especially at high school when everybody is so, like, as teenagers, you're so angsty and you're having all of these emotions. So Musa's feeling those as well as her own. And obviously struggles with the loss of her mum the year before. So I think her real struggle is her not being able to talk to someone or having someone to talk to. And I think that's what the girls do so nicely in the show, is that they let her release that and it becomes a great burden that she's let go of.
And also, this is for both of you. Witchcraft is making a comeback in TV and in popular culture. And what do you think about that? Why do we need magic in our lives right now?
It's been a pretty bleak 11 months, that's for sure. I definitely wouldn't mind magicking myself out of the current situation that we've been in, but I think it is that wonderful escapism and the fact that I think what's really beautiful about Fate is that it's linked to emotions and realizing how like magical, I don't know, our connections and what we feel and feeling things to the extreme. Like, we've taken so much of that for granted, and now I think that we've all been locked up in our houses. It's been something that we really appreciate in a new way.
Yeah. And so I was wondering what inspires you most about your characters?
What inspires me by Musa is that her courage to just push herself into something. She
told herself she has to go to school because she has to hone her powers for her own reason, and that being to sort out what's happened a year before. And I really appreciate that she's going through a fight and she won't stop until she's found out who she is and how to make herself better. Yeah, I think for Stella, I really admire her courage in being vulnerable with Musa in the moment that she is. I think it's incredibly difficult to be honest with people when you've experienced trauma or hardship. And so that was really inspiring for me.
So first question is for Eliot. Tara is the most grounded character in the show, in my opinion, pun intended. And how would you describe her, and how do you think she contributes to the group?
So I would describe her as a very caring and loving character who struggles sometimes to control how she shares that, and she's quite anxious, and I think that comes out in a lot of speech, and a lot of trying very hard. I think she contributes to the group because actually she's very competent. Her magic is very strong. She really knows what she's doing, and she really genuinely wants to look out for everyone. So I think she's a better teammate than she's given credit for.
Definitely, yeah. And Precious, your character is a bit competitive and she sometimes drives people away. How did you approach her and how did you come to understand her?
I approached her by creating like a diary for her, because I think Aisha would have kept one, and she's quite organized in that sense. So I approached her like that, and I tried to like get in touch with like swimming, and I kind of relearned how to swim again because I forgot. So I did that. Yeah, and yeah, yes.
So there's a Hogwarts reference when the girls talk about which house would they be in, and I was wondering which element would you like to master, both of you?
I think I'll stick with Earth. I would really like to master that. I think it's a really good one. I think it brings a lot of joy, a lot of color. It'd be like you'd never forget a gift for anyone's birthday ever again, because you can just quickly grow them like a beautiful flower or a beautiful plant. You can just give people stuff all the time. It'd be great.
I feel like I'd maybe light. I think that would be really fun. And now thinking about light, I'm thinking about Harry Potter and how Dumbledore, like, you know, when he like claps, or what does he do? And like all the ceilings turn into like candles or something like that.
Yeah.
I do something lavish like that.
Between us, we'd throw a really good dinner party, I think.
Yeah, we would be like a sick event planning team.
Yeah. Maybe that's what the business is that we should go into together. Earlier we were talking about how we think Aisha and Tara would be really good business partners, and maybe it's
I think that's it.
Yeah.
And talking about dinner parties, I was wondering how the set went, because I heard that you were in Ireland and you got along great and you had wine nights, and I was wondering if you have any memories that pop in your mind that you want to talk about, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we had loads of wine nights and tea nights, and
you love to bring up the tea nights to make us sound.
Yeah, I try to like, you know, soften it a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But we had loads of those, which was great. Loads of bonding, and I think there was one day in particular, and I think it was the first day Abby arrived, that we had a lip sync battle, but I don't think Eliot was there.
No, I had a visitor, so I went to bed early.
But yeah, we had a lip sync battle, and that was really random. But then I realized that, oh yeah, we're a bunch, we're an odd bunch, and I like it.
I think I did get to do a lip sync battle on another night, so I got to bring it.
Yeah, you got to make
eventually.
It up
Yeah.
Great bonding event, I think. And why do you think young people should watch Fate the Winx Saga?
Because it's
It's so hard over Zoom because you don't know who's going to speak. I know. Because it's dark, it's funny, it's full of adventure, it's full of great friendships and romance. It's got a bit of everything. What's not to love?
Yeah, and I think you know, people can relate to these characters and the situations that they're going through, and also it's just nice escapism from what the world is right now. I think everyone needs a bit of everyone needs to escape to Alfea, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I really enjoyed it, so congratulations. And
thank
lovely to meet you. I think we're done, so thank you.
It's lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
So
Lovely to meet you.
Thanks.